I remember waking up every single morning, and the first thing that came to my mind was, wow, I'm an alcoholic. And that was every morning. And every morning I was more and more and more surprised. I knew I had a problem with alcohol far before this, but it really came to light whenever I could only go to a restaurant that had a bar in it, and I would order something on the menu that took forever to make, or getting my steak well done even though I didn't like it that way, just so I would have longer to drink before my meal got to me. In high school, I was in church every day the door was open. I was an all-A student, National Honor Society, UIL, everything you can name, debate team. I was a musician, an all-state trumpet player, was invited to go to Europe to play. I got full scholarships, academic and music, to go to Sam Houston State University. I went there, picked up the bottle, and I couldn't stop. And it got worse and worse and worse. And I dropped out of school. I sold my $3,000 trumpet, something that meant so dear to me, for 3 30-packs. And at that point, the next morning that I woke up after doing that, all I could, I remember just getting up and a hangover and just thinking, wow. And I kind of pushed the world aside and my life aside for alcohol. It pushed away my friends, it pushed away my family. It became the centerpiece of my life. And I think my breaking point was when I realized that I don't want to live my life for alcohol. I want to live my life for myself. I want to be in control. You see, because alcohol is not your friend. Alcohol is actually, in fact, like a toxic relationship. It's like that girl or that boy that you've been dating for a long time and y'all fight, or he hits you, or she's verbally abusive, and y'all stay together just basically to be miserable because you don't want to let go, even though you know in the end that this is not the answer, this is not the way, this is not how I want to spend the rest of my life. It's like that best friend who you gave money to, or gave them rides, or helped, or gave advice, and they had nothing to give you back in return, but you stayed friends with them and they continue to use you. You are a host for an addiction, okay? You are a host. It's going to keep biting you, it's going to keep fighting you, it's going to keep taking everything from you until you have nothing left. Absolutely nothing. It'll take your job, it'll take your family, it'll take your kids, it'll take your life. Because you have to realize that alcohol isn't going to get you that job. Alcohol isn't going to make your dreams come true. Addiction, or those pills, is not going to help you get an education. You're the only one who can do that for yourself. And in the same way, you're the only one who can defeat your addiction. Your wife isn't going to get you to stop using. Your brother, your sister, your kids, I'm sorry, those things may be important to you, but they are not going to be the reason you stop. You are going to be the reason you stop. When I quit drinking, for some reason, everything just became easier. Life just became easier. Somebody left me in one of my comments below, actually, a while back. They told me that alcohol makes life harder, not easier. And I know that seems kind of simple, but I had never actually actually thought about it that way. But it makes everything harder, and it's ironic because we think it makes it easier. After I quit, it shouldn't be a surprise, but I started actually getting sleep. I actually started waking up in the morning ready to, be a go-getter and get the day done. I was more productive at work. I ate better. I had most important, I had a better relationship with my family, my friends, especially with my wife and my kids. I was able to do more with them. We were able to go eat wherever. We could go get a burger for lunch instead of, somewhere that had a bar so I could get drunk. I'm not out all night, with my friends drinking, people that probably didn't really care about me to begin with. Everything in life just came alive, I guess. You can't stop trying. You have to keep trying. Do not let it defeat you. It's sitting there just waiting for you to mess up. It's sitting there waiting for you to give up so it can take over and kill you. Was this easy for me? Heck no. It wasn't easy at all. You know how many times I relapsed? I probably relapsed hundreds of times. That's crazy, right? Hundreds of times. But all it takes is one time to change your whole life. To quit for good, one time, erases every relapse you ever did. If you relapsed yesterday, who cares? Get up today, start over, and keep going forward. If you've quit for, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 6 months, a year, and you get that little bit of temptation that comes into you, just say no, because you know what it feels like to wake up after relapse. You know what it feels like to wake up that next day and everything go back to zero. Keep going. Keep finding ways to stay sober. Live your life. Take in every opportunity you get. Stay busy. Exercise. Learn anything that you've been wanting to learn. I like to think about all the time that I spent drinking and what I could have done instead of that. And now I'm actually able to spend time to get things done. All the hours that you use, your addiction. Think about all that time. I could have learned 10 languages probably by now. I could have learned how to invest my money into something great. I could have been doing something like YouTube years ago and be way more successful. I could have already been graduated from college with a master's degree. And I just kind of threw all that away. You have so much to learn and to get from this life. Don't spend all that time using. I'm sorry if you're hurting. I was hurting too every day. But you have to learn how to love yourself. You have to learn how to forgive yourself. Once you learn how to do that, the whole world is yours. Thank you guys for watching. Like this video, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.